Hello, welcome at Calvados Père Magloire Experience. We are based in the old cellars of the Calvados Père Magloire. It is located in Normandy, in Pont-l'Évêque, and I am pleased to introduce you our site. But first, let's start with the history of Père Magloire, that began in 1821. So we are now based in the old Calvados Père Magloire cellars. Père Magloire has a very important history. It was created after the inspiration of the innkeeper Dominique Magloire, who always offered very good Calvados to his clients. And then in the 1925, the two brothers Bizois took over the brand Père Magloire, and they made investments in different advertising, and they were also pioneers in the Paris Fair, where they presented a Père Magloire automaton, and where the famous Mistinguett came also to dedicate to her old friend Père Magloire. So you can see here one of the posters with the dedication to illustrate it. So then in 1937, the brothers Bizois made a partnership with the director of Publicis and Radio Cité, and there the Père Magloire was very present in different shows, which made it very famous also. So the posters of Père Magloire were posted on the Parisian buses. So now Marcouf will also present you a little part of this, and also talk to you about the Second World War.
Here we can also see two different examples of Père Magloire advertising during the years. So here you have two very old pictures of the Père Magloire. We have also another type of advertising is during the war, symbol of Père Magloire became very patriotic. With the example of Marcel Lefebvre, which was a French plane pilot during the Second World War, and this pilot personalized the top of his plane with the face of the Père Magloire. So first of all, this was money to represent France in general, but also more specifically Calvados and Normandy. So Père Magloire was a real icon in the 50s. It also appears in different movies, like for example in the Trou Normand with Brigitte Bardot, and also in La Zizanie with Louis de Funès. So in 1969, Bernard de Vries took over the house Père Magloire, and here starts the history of this place, because he bought a distillery based in Pont-l'Évêque, so here is in Pont-l'Évêque, and also in Sainte-Foy-de-Montgomery and in Vimoutiers. So here were before the old cellars of Père Magloire and also the distillery. And then after this, Spirit France took over also the house Père Magloire. In 2018, Calvados Père Magloire Experience opened. You can come with me. We are now based in the old cellars of Calvados Père Magloire. So we are now in Calvados Père Magloire Experience. So we propose a multisensorial visit in which you will discover in 7 different rooms the history of Normandy and the different steps of production of Calvados. We can launch a visit every 12 minutes and in 8 different languages. In 2020, we got the Traveler's Choice on TripAdvisor. So I will show you a little part of the visit.
Welcome. We're going to take you on a journey into an ancient and noble land to discover a hidden treasure. But first, let's take a moment to reflect on why you are all here. Are you looking for the secret of the water of life? Or have you heard of a spirit so unique it is made from only one fruit, and yet it carries an abundance of aromas? Imagine if you could paint their every note. it's time to find out. To reveal this liquid gold. This taste of luxury. Please step forward into the story of Calvados.
Here, you just entered in the second room. Visitors feel like in a typical Norman village, and there is a presentation of the history of the region of Normandy, from the Vikings until now.
Welcome to our beautiful land. It may be peaceful now, but we've had our years of conflict. We were born out of war. Over 1,000 years ago, the Vikings strike terror as they sweep to Please take the path through the archway to begin our story of how we transform apples into Calvados.
In the third room, an orchard is represented with apple trees. Visitors will learn about apple cultivation and which types of apples are used to produce Calvados. The Norman climate and its soil are adapted for it. It allows to have a qualitative harvest. Then there is an explanation about the production of cider. It is where apples begin their journey of transformation and before it becomes Calvados. Let's enter in one of the key parts of the production of Calvados, the distillery room. Visitors will be in front of a copper still used for a AOC Calvados Pays d'Auge. It has this name because the distillation is done in 2 stages. It allows to transform the cider into Calvados. Then, once the distillery done, visitors enter in the aging room. It really feels real. The steps of the construction of the barrel will be presented. In fact, the type of the wood and its quality will have an important influence on the taste of the Calvados. The size of the barrel will have it too. How less contact the Calvados will have with the wood, how more there will be a taste of apple in the Calvados. Let's go now to the tasting room, where Marcouf will talk about the range of Calvados Père Magloire.
Welcome to the bar. I hope you enjoy your visit. We will now start the tasting, which is one of the best parts of the visit. First of all, a little presentation of the house Père Magloire. First of all, we'll have the fin VS. VS for very superior. This Calvados is a 2 years old Calvados, single distillation, which means this is only a Calvados, and mainly used for the cocktails. After, we will have the VSOP. VSOP, very superior old pale, 4 years old Calvados, a little bit different than the fin because this one is a double distillation, which means this is a Calvados Pays d'Auge. This one is the typical Calvados for the Trou Normand, for example. This is very famous Norman dessert. After, we will have the XO. XO for extra old. An XO is a Calvados between 6 and 30 years old. For the person who knows spirits, you can also find the XO in other spirits such as cognac, armagnac, or rum. In the house Père Magloire, the XO will start at 9 years, which is very good to drink in front of the fire or in a couch, relaxed and easy. This one is also a Calvados Pays d'Auge, which means it's very fruity, very sweet in the mouth. That's why I recommend it really to taste, to appreciate, not like a digestive. After we will have the 12 years old. So here the 12 years is around values. With 12 years old we are always referring to the minimum present into a different blending of Calvados. This one is very good. It's quite similar to the EXO, but it's only a single distillation. Still 40% of course. After we will have two very special Calvados called the Premium. Premium is very, very old Calvados. Here you have two examples with first of all the Memoir, memory. The oldest in the blending is 40 years. The youngest is 15 years. As I told you before, we are always referring to the minimum in the blending, which means this is an EXO, 15 years. This one is maybe one of the sweetest Calvados that we have here. One sip at a time, please. After we'll have the Heritage. Heritage is 20 years old, characterized by a very more woody taste than the Memoir. I recommend you this one if you like a little more the strong part of the Calvados, and also if you are a rum or whiskey drinker. I would like also to catch your attention about the very special bottle coming out in the summer for the 200 years anniversary of the house Père Magloire. Don't miss it, and we are looking forward to celebrate it with us this summer in Calvados Experience. Welcome to our shop. I will now conclude the visit with a little tour of the different houses of Calvados that we are representing here. First of all, the house Père Magloire. After we will have the house Boula, which is the second oldest, 1825, and the house Lecomte, built in 1921. We have also other products, such as the aperitif section, very good as an alternative of the Calvados. Thank you for your attention. If you need any kind of advice or help, I'm here for that. Thank you, and have a great day.
Before we end this presentation, I would like to talk about the outside of Calvados Père Magloire experience that has recently been renovated. We planted different varieties of apple trees from the Pays d'Auge. We will also add description of each tree with their specificities. Enjoy the end of the visit in this park. I hope you enjoyed the visit. 2021, this year, we will celebrate the 200th anniversary of Père Magloire. So I hope you will celebrate it with us, and when you will have the opportunity to come to Normandy, we will be pleased to welcome you here. Thank you for your attention.